Hello everyone. Am I audible? Can you just put it in the live chat if I'm audible? I'll start with the session. If you can hear me clearly, can just someone just confirm if I'm audible clearly? Uh, You can just put yes or no in the live chat so that I can start with the session. Anyone can just confirm if I'm audible clearly. So, okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a good exam for your JHC-CEE Joint College Common Entrance Test today. So, the exam was conducted in two slots. Slot one was from 9 to 10:30, and slot two was from 11 to 12:30. So, quickly starting with the analysis. First thing, it was a friendly user interface. Most of the students they found very easy to navigate through the entire examination. Second, the questions were not jumbled, so you had all the questions in the sections. There was no sectional time limit, of course. Uh, then you could also see your scores directly once the exam was ending, so everyone was able to see what did they score out of 100. There was no negative marking in this test. Again, one of the key things was that everyone in the same slot got different questions. So again, people were expecting that maybe they will get same questions in the same slot, but no, that was not the case. Every student got different questions in the same slot. Now, test structure when we come to it, again, English, we had 25 questions, maths, we had 25 questions, logical reasoning and data interpretation was one single section which had 25 questions together. Current affairs were 25 questions. Now, the time total duration for the test was 90 minutes, 100 questions each exam. Key to MN, so 89 in test and 72 will I get BFM. I'll come to the cutoff also. The last slide which I'll talk in detail is about the cutoff. Let's just go direct first into the sections. So for every correct question you had 1 mark, and so the total test was for 100 marks and no negative marking. Now starting with English, in grammar you had 5 to 6 questions. In vocabulary again 9 to 10 questions. The surprising thing was that we had zero questions in reading comprehension. Something till last year was not the case. Again, idioms and phrases were 7 to 8 questions. Fill in the blanks, 4 to 5 questions. Now, based on the feedback which we have received from most of the students, it was a very easy section, and it was expected that 20 plus is a good score to get in this section now. In maths, again, we had 3 to 4 questions in percentages, profit and loss, ratios, averages was 4 to 5, time, speed, distance, time, and work were 2 to 3. So, again, arithmetic was approximately 11 to 12 questions. Then, linear equations and quadratic 3 to 4. Sequence and series and matrices had 4 to 6 questions. Very less questions on geometry, only 1 to 2. Trigonometry, again, only 1 to 2 questions. Set theory, PNC, we had 2 to 3 questions again. We all the students got at least 1 to 2 questions on derivatives and integrals, and 2 to 3 questions on LPP, which is your linear programming problems. Now, again, based on the student feedback, it was an easy to moderate section. 18 plus should be a good score in this section. Again, this was a lengthy section till last year. JaiHind used to give 120 minutes for 100 questions. So time was never an issue. But this year there were only 90 minutes for the entire test. So again, some students found maths to be very lengthy, and it was a time consuming section for many students. Now coming to your logical reasoning and data interpretation, pie chart, line and bar graph, the famous DI sets, there were 8 to 10 questions. There was zero questions on Venn diagram. So till last year we used to see some questions on Venn diagram, but this year there were zero questions on Venn diagram. Coding, decoding 3 to 4, numbers and alphabets 2 to 3, blood relations 3 to 4, statement and conclusion again 3 to 4, directions 3 to 4, analogy 1 to 2. So overall, the section was lengthy because of 8 to 10 questions on data interpretation, but very easy questions. And again, 20 plus is a very good score in this section. Now, topics in current affair, they were easy topics. Most of the students were able to get all the answers. So there were 4 to 5 questions on the basic current affairs going on, 5 to 6 in Indian and international business scenario. Then again, global business scenario and Indian scenario, we had more 5 to 6. So again, this business scenario was given a lot of weightage in the current affairs section. Sports, we had 4 to 5 questions. Some students also got 6 to 7 questions in sports, but not most of them. For majority, it was only 4 to 5. Science and technology, 3 to 4. Cinema, music, art, and entertainment, it was 4 to 5. I think some of the students also got 2 to 3 questions on fashion. So again, it was a easy section, something which was very recent, very current. And again, 19 plus score in this section is a good score. Now, overall, the exam was very easy. Our expected prediction for the cutoff is like if you score somewhere from 86 to 92, it is a very good score in this section. But now, talking about what was the cutoff trend last year. So, as we know that in JaiHind College, 50% weightage is given to your HSC marks and 50% weightage is given to your JHC-CEE score. So that is how they give you a composite total out of 100. So let me give you a normal calculation. Let us say you score 90% in your 12. So that 90% will be scaled down. So 90 upon 2 will give you 45 marks. And let us say you get 94 in your JaiHind entrance. So 94 divided by 2 will give you 47. So now 47 plus that 45 will give you a composite score of 92. So whatever cutoff is there right now in front of you, it is based on the composite score. Another example would be, let us say if someone scores 80% in their 12. So 80% divided by 2 will be 40 and someone gets 98 in their joint entrance. So 98 divided by 2 will be 49. So 40 plus 49 will give you a composite score of 89 out of 100. So now based on the last year, and this is from JaiHind's official website, the cutoff for BMS in the first merit list was 91.92, second merit list was 91, third merit list was 90.5. Now in BBA again, we saw the first merit list as a very high cutoff of 91.83, second merit list of 91.2, and third merit list at 90.59. So across BMS and BBA, we are seeing that the cutoff doesn't go very down. It almost stays constant, just decreases by like zero point 0.9, zero point 0.1. So now next BFM, the cutoff starts at 89.5 for the first merit list last year. Second, it was 88.34, and third, it was 88.09. BAF again, high cutoff at 90.01. Second merit list 89.3, and third merit list 88.8. In BBI, the composite score, so the cutoff of first merit list was 85.3, second merit list was 81, and in third merit list it was 78.59. In BMM, we had 87.25, second merit list at 85.84, and third merit list at 79. So, guys, I think everyone now knows their giant score also, and they know their HSC marks. So, you can use this formula, you can calculate your own composite score, and accordingly, you can see that what is the degree or the course you will get it based on the merit list. Okay. So, anyone, any doubts, any questions, you can just post it in the chat section. I will be happy to help you with any doubts which you have. So, key to heaven, you have 89 in test, a very good score. So, if we divide it by 2, you get 44.5. And in both, you had 72. So, if I divide that by 2, you get 36. So, 36 plus 44.5 gives you a score of 81 point some 5. So, now again, you can just see that which is the merit list based on. So again, guys, these are last year's cutoff. So this year, let's see what comes out. But usually, which we see is that the trend for the cutoffs almost remains the same every year. So again, let us see what happens. But this year, Kido having you're getting like 81.5. So maybe BBI and BMM you can look for in the second and third merit list. Anyone else, any doubts, feel free. 77 average score, any chance in BBA, BMS, or BFM? Mokshi, the cutoffs for last year are in front of you. And guys, again for BMS and BBA, the score which will be considered won't be JHCE, it will be your CET score. So just be aware about that. For BFM, BAF, BBI, and BMM, they will be considering your JHCE score, but for BMS and BBA, it will be the CET score. 76 average score for BMM. Uh, okay, the 76. Uh, Last year, the third merit list was at 79. So let us see how it goes. But again, okay, guys, one more thing to note that this cutoffs are based on your commerce in 11th and 12th. So students who are there from art, their cutoff is slightly on the lower side compared to this scores which are in front of you. And for science, also students who have taken 11th and 12th science stream, even for them the cutoff is little bit on the lower side. The cutoff which is there in front of you is for the students in open category and from commerce. So if anyone is Sandhi, for you there is a different cutoff which is slightly on the lower end compared to this. Okay, Kirti, if you have arts, I think you can just look at the website again and you can see your score. So just check the website again because it's 79 is for the open category commerce. You can go to their website and you can check for the arts. Maybe for the arts, it's on the slightly lower end. So you can just verify it once. But again, guys, these are the last year's cutoff. We are expecting the cutoff to be somewhere on the similar trends, but again, we are not 100% guaranteeing that this will be the cutoff. You can just take a good guess and understand that where you can fit in. Arunima, you got 84 in test and 83. So BBI and BMM, 84 and 83. So your composite is 83.5. Definitely, you have a good chance at BBI and BMM. You have a good chance based on the last year cutoffs. You have a very good chance, Arunima. So, anyone, any other doubts? Two, three wrong questions in the first batch. Okay, Dhruv, right now, no student had raised this feedback right now with like they did not say that any questions were wrong specifically, but definitely if you have noticed this thing and you can just raise this to the college, you can contact JaiHind and you can raise this thing with them that you found two, three questions were wrong. So just raise it with the college and do it as soon as possible. Others, if you don't have any doubts, then we can close this section. Again, thank you so much for joining in. And again, I hope you get your dream colleges. And if any one of you is also taking HCET, which is today only, so HCET, the window is till 10. So all the best for HCET if you're going to appear for that exam also. Thank you so much for joining in.